If I'm sending this to you, it's because I want to encourage you that God is your provider. Last week, I went to Florida for a week with no plans, no connections. I'd never been there in my life. And God opened door after door after door for people to talk to, friend groups to get to know, churches to get involved in, places to stay every single night for free. And that is because the grace of God is upon you when you are called. So if I'm sending this to you, it's because you might be called into ministry, but I want to encourage you that just as you're walking into that season of commissioning, or maybe you've already been commissioned and you're in ministry, I want to encourage you, just when you need it, God will provide. Sometimes he lets you get to the end of your rope, to the end of it, so that he can show his power in your weakness. 2 Corinthians 12:9. And so if he lets you get to the end of your rope, praise God for it, because you will grow closer to him in that season. You will get to know him in new ways that you didn't know him before, because he's showing a different part of himself to you. He's saying, even when you're at the bottom of yourself, I can provide for you and I can give you everything you need exactly when you need it. When I was in Florida for a week, spontaneously, I would sometimes find places to stay at 11:30 p.m. But God just provided the door, opened the door right when I needed it. And I'll tell you that sometimes, as I said, he'll let you get to that place where it's 11:30 and you don't know what you're going to do. And you can think of that in your life. Maybe it's not literally 11:30 p.m. and you're trying to find a place to stay, but sometimes your finances are low and you're not sure where your next paycheck's going to come from. Or you are sure where your next paycheck's going to come from, but you're not sure how it's going to cover everything you need in your life. Don't worry, because God's grace will be upon you in this season, and he's going to do something amazing from it. He's going to grow your faith and your trust in him in this season through putting you through hard things. James 1 even talks about how we will be lacking nothing, mature and complete once we go through trials. And he says, count it all joy when you go through these trials, because the testing of your faith produces perseverance. So don't complain when you go through things, because you're asking God for it in your prayers. You're just not praying specifically for the trial. You're praying for God to overflow your faith, or help you trust him more, or help you love him more, or get to know him more. God, would you help me get to know you more? He's answering through these trials, through these places in your life where you're uncomfortable. And so trust him in it. Be patient in it. Have faith in it, and trust in him. He will provide. I have so much faith right now just because God has shown his provision. He's given the gift of faith, and he'll continue to as you trust in him and everything you're going through. Peace.